Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, or whenever you're hearing this, my beautiful souls. This is Catherine Hidalgo, your friendly, intuitive catalyst conduit. I'm coming on to share something. I've made I've done 3 lives in a row now, talking about challenges and upheavals. And of course, the one that remains unspoken by many people is death. First of all, let me tell you all something, and I know this for a fact, as a fact. You heard that word? Fact. Death does not exist. Remember, although it may come as little consolation to many at times when they are when they are experiencing their sorrow, it's quite amazing that whenever I begin, sirens are always in the background. I noticed that yesterday when I was talking about upheavals and challenges. Quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, it's just saying to pay attention. This is important. Is it an emergency? I don't know. It's up to you to judge. But the fact of the matter is that every one of us human beings on this planet, we are spirit, we are beings of light, living in a flesh cloak, as some people call it. I say living a physical existence. That is why death does not exist. Because when we leave this shell, it rots away. It is of no good anymore. But our spirit does not remain in this cloak, in this flesh cloak. It returns home because we are beings of light. This is a fact. Look at any dead body, whether it's your pet, your beloved pet, which in fact is what prompted me to do this, or anyone else. I remember when I was, somewhere between 11 and 13, my grandmother died. So they took me to the funeral, but I distinctly remember saying out loud, "But that is not Mama Rita. What is that in the coffin? That is not her. That was just a made-up mannequin." Because who she was is no longer there. Scientists will also tell you, and pathologists, that when they weigh a body, especially if they know the person's previous weight, when they weigh the dead body, it is quite a few significant ounces less. What do you think that means? I will let you be the judge, but it's kind of obvious. So listen, death is also a subject that most humans refuse to discuss. People are terrified of it, but that is the religious brainwashing. And religion is brainwashing. Just remember that, especially when you heed the dogma. When you follow religion as a spiritual journey, that is very, very different. But if you want to hook yourself on whether it is the Quran, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, and all of these others, you get stuck. And that therein is the problem. Because they tell you things about death which are not true. Although I will say, since having read the Quran, that the way they speak about death is a bit different. But nevertheless, we're not going to go into theology and all of this sort of stuff. The whole point being, death is illusory. It is not real. We return home. You got to face the boogeyman. That being with the scythe, ready to chop off whatever it is. That what was the character that Jeffrey Holder played? I don't remember now, who symbolized the African death. Oh God, I don't remember the name. It's not real. Death is simply a passage. And like those on... Hey, Tara! Like, Tara, do you want to come on and share how you feel? Because I think it's important, you know, because we do have to express when we lose someone who is dear to us. We really, really do. And in fact, it's you, my dear lovely girl, that encouraged me, that persuaded me, because of how you feel about your precious companion, that encouraged, that I made the link with all the other challenges and upheavals that we are experiencing right now. And that's what persuaded me to do this Facebook Live. Because I was just about to say, and it's no coincidence, before you popped on, that we do have to celebrate death, the passing, the transition. We have to feel joyful, and joy-full about what. Hi Tara, tell me how you feel. Do you want to come on camera live? Let me know. I sincerely believe and adhere to the New Orleans and their celebration of death, because that's what it is. It's just like the Irish. Death must be celebrated. You want to enjoy and remember all the good things that this being, be it a pet or a human, that brought into your life. Cry, you know, as you celebrate and you remember. You laugh and cry and you be joyful, because they want that. They know that death is not permanent because it doesn't exist. However, we are human beings. We operate by emotion. We operate on emotion. Excuse me. Emotions are what we human beings are all about. Therefore, we need to express. So express your sadness. Express your rage that you wanted to have this partner with you for much longer. But remember the good times, the joy that they brought into your lives. Write about it. Draw them. Speak to them. Because they are right there just waiting for you to remember this fact. Death is just a transition to the normal state. And as with you, my dear lovely Tara, and girl, you know I know, because I cried buckets. I cried buckets for weeks after my Elton of 11 years, after I had to put him down because he had a stroke. And okay, now where is the button? I'm not really dressed. Who cares? I'm bringing you on camera. All right? All right, so I am adding you, Tara. It doesn't really matter whether you are dressed or not. I think, it says connection failed, which means it's the lousy Wi-Fi connection outside here, because I'm outside the library. Never mind. But I just want you to know that I love you. Your beautiful, beautiful pet loves you. I don't remember his name, otherwise I would have said. And he's already looking on. He's just there. And listen, he is wagging his tail like crazy. And he just wants you to see him. He is hale. He is hearty. He is happy. And he looks almost golden with a white light that is shining on him, Tara. He's fine. He's fine. Jackson, right. So Jackson is just there. I'm speaking to you, but I'm seeing him like on my right side here, and he is smiling, he's laughing, he's joyful, he's free, he's fine. And as I said, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you when I looked into his eyes in that photo yesterday. I couldn't tell you. He asked me to, you know, and but all is well. So you just need to grieve. You need to feel the sorrow. You need to let it pass through and enjoy that you had him for such a long time. He came, he had a purpose for coming, for sharing his life with you, and you need to identify what that is. What he brought you, what he brought your family and friends. All right? That's really what I came on to say about this so-called bogeyman called death. It doesn't exist, it's just a passage. And even though for we humans it's little consolation in our grief, that's all right. He was only 6. Oh, he was only with you 6 out of 9. But he thoroughly enjoyed it, he says. He thoroughly enjoyed it, and I just heard he said, I was for you. That's what I just heard. I was for you. Yeah, he showed us perfect love. Yeah, they are really amazing. They are really amazing. These people in fur coats, as this man said. But anyway, I don't want to drag this on too much, but I just want to say that death is illusory. It's just a passage. We are all beings of light. Not for my husband. Well, what does your husband have to do with it? He doesn't believe that death is just a passage. Well, you know, this is a fact. And people don't really have to believe it. But it just is. You can argue against it, but it's still just a transition. And then we go home. And when we go home, that's when we decide if we are going to return and how we are going to return, because there are lots of things left undone, except for our pets. Your husband wanted the dog. Our pets, they decide when they want to return, because they always accomplish their missions every single time, you know. And I want you all to look right now at that blue and white just above my head. You see that gorgeous blue and white between the palms there? That's where they go. That's where they go. That's what it's all about. That is the joy of being. Oh. Okay, I am going to sign off now. And by saying, just remember, death is temporary, it's illusory, and love the ones who pass. Speak to them. I have been shying away from that because, not out of any fear, but simply because, like in this free group that I'm in, Divine Love 111, as soon as I'm scrolling through, I see photos and I know who is dead, or the person who made the transition, or whatever words you want to use. And they always want to reach out, and I tend to hesitate, but maybe with this I will not hesitate so much more. And on that note, my beautiful, beautiful souls, I will say ciao for now. This is your friendly, intuitive catalyst conduit, Catherine Hidalgo, signing off.